call come through, and so, but I wanted to come back on because we're having a good conversation here. So I figured I'm not going to go to the hot spring for probably, I don't know, like another hour or so, and we got some stuff to do around here. I do need to get. Uh-oh, that thing's not working now. There we go. We don't have anybody tuning in yet, so we'll just sit here and chill until people come back on. But sorry about that. What it was is that there's an option on here to get the cellular stuff off, and I forgot to put that on. So, Meadow, what are you thinking? You think people will come join us again, or do you think our live stream was done? What you thinking, Meadow? What you thinking there, little sweetie? Meadow, what are you doing, sweet girl? All right, we got somebody that's back on. Nice. Sorry about that. That was frustrating. The notification worked. Oh, nice. I'm glad to hear that. Maybe they're starting to kick back out again, which is good. So we were having a good conversation there. Sorry about that. Oh, you got notified too. Nice. All right. I'm glad to hear that because for so long, people said there was no notifications coming through. So Rock Jock, you got it. Ah, Donnie, you got notified too. Sweet. Maybe things are turning around on YouTube. That's cool. Hey, Jennifer, what are your temperatures in Quartzsite? I have tickets to the truck camping meetup down there, but I may still be up here winter camping. So awesome. Everybody's getting notified now. This is fantastic. Hey, what's your temperatures down in Tucson, SK? See, Kirk, what's going on, brother? Luann, got notification. Good. I am so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that because this is like the first time in a long time that I, like everybody's saying, hey, I got notifications. So that's cool. 73 down there. That's comfortable temps, man. 70-ish in Q. Nice. Here it's below freezing, and the wind is starting to pick up pretty good. So that's why I'm thinking, I'm like, might as well just go to the hot springs for the rest of the afternoon. Blake, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Everything's good in Oklahoma. Let's see, 75 in Tucson. That's nice. Tucson in the winter. God, what a gorgeous place to be. I like going down there, and I also like going down to like Bisbee and Patagonia. Those are two really neat mountain towns in southern Arizona. So it's freezing there. Snow forecast for the weekend from Elizabeth, Yorkshire, UK. Man, I would love to go to Europe. I'm such a history fan. I'm surprised I haven't been there yet because of just all the amazing history. So 47 in Northeast Bama. Wow. So it's a little bit chilly down there. I don't know if you guys have been seeing all the weather updates. Like, there's a couple different weather people that I follow on YouTube, and they're all saying that it is like the Midwest and the South and the Northeast is really going to get some cold temps soon with this polar vortex that's coming down. So let's see. Hey, I'm back from VA. I'll be out in New Mexico soon. All right. Yeah. The hot springs out in New Mexico are amazing. I actually made a map for my buddy Tyler Hughes from, he's my friend that runs the Toyota service department up in Flagstaff. And he was like, yeah, I was telling him, I'm like, yeah, there's like this really great route you can do from Colorado into Utah, down into Arizona, and then over New Mexico. It's like a big circle, and you hit 20 different hot springs in that big circle. So I was thinking, I'm like, man, I should probably do that again one of these days, because I did that with Sierra a long time ago. We went and we started in Taos, and then just worked our way into, like southern New Mexico and all that stuff, then over to Arizona, and then back up through and into Colorado. So 55 in the Wichita Mountains. Dude, I love the Wichita Mountains down there. And that little town, what is that little town there that seems like you're in a mountain town? Right as you come in, they have like the little cabins on the river that come out of the lake right there. Oh gosh, what's the name of that town? It's such a cool area in Oklahoma. If you don't feel like you're in Oklahoma, you're like, dude, am I in a Colorado mountain town? Because they have trout and stuff like that in that stream. Can't remember the name of that town, but that's such a cool little hippie place. And I would like to go back there and maybe camp in that area and go hike a lot of the wilderness areas back in the Wichita Mountains. So Medicine Park, that's it. So cool. So Mobile Tech, you got almost 60 degrees there in Nevada. Oh, that's cool. Carolina things. I have not done any hiking or camping in North Carolina, but I would love to go. Love to go out there. I've never been to North Carolina. I hear it's awesome, and everybody seems to say great things about it. We got Meadow right here. She's just chilling. She's just relaxing. The wind is it's not bad right now, but it's kind of coming and going. So she was outside earlier. We were taking video. So I'm doing a lot more of those underwater videos. I'm going to start filming a bunch of that. I'll include some more of that in the next video. And then I'll also do videos to where it's just that and footage for like 30 minutes or an hour. So, all right, see, it's beautiful in North Carolina. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard North Carolina is really nice. So, yeah, Meadow's gotten big. She's up to 50. Well, last time I had her weight is 53 pounds. So I think she's probably more than that now. But she's doing really good. And I'm real pleased with her. As long as I'm just engaging her all day long, then she's fine. So, yeah, Luann, that underwater shot was cool. All those little baby brook trout swimming all over the place. It's just cool to see them like doing their thing and not then they have no idea they're being filmed, obviously, because they're fish. But for them to not be disturbed or anything and just doing their own stuff. So, and yeah, she's bigger than Sierra. Sierra was clocking in at 45 pounds, so she's 10 pounds heavier and a little bit taller than Sierra. So, but same amount of energy, man. When Sierra, before she got sick, you talk about energy for days. She would go all day long on trail, and we go out, hike, fish, you name it, and there's no issue. It was pretty fun too because we'd get out real early in the morning, so we'd hike all morning long, and then we'd get to these high altitude lakes, and I'd fish for a little bit, and then I know that like after lunch, Sierra would always like to take a nap. And so what I would do is I'd set up a tarp, and if it was raining out or something like that, we just set a tarp up by the water's edge. And I use my little hiking pole to make it to where it goes up and down to make it like a A-frame, and then we'd sit underneath there and take naps, and it was just so much fun. It was awesome. So someone was asking Carolina things. Is Meadow the same as Sierra? No. So Sierra, I've got it on my old computer. She was a mix of things, and like shepherd and funny thing too, there was like Chihuahua in there. I'm like, how'd that get in there? And different types of dogs. But for Meadow, she's a Belgian Malinois and Belgian Malinois Shepherd mix, and so much different as far as the social aspect because socially they take a little bit longer to warm up to people. But I figure if I continue to socialize her and continue to get around good people and all those things, then we'll be in good shape. And yeah, she's so smart. I mean, Belgian Malinois and Shepherds are some of the smartest dogs out there, and they test out really high when it comes to IQ. And I also know with her, I can see her, I can see the wheels turning inside her when she wants to play. She's like looking around for a toy. She grabs a toy, brings it over to me, drops it on my lap. I'm like, okay. So she knows, she's getting the hang of things. And but yeah, very smart dog. And so the nice thing about her is I only have to tell her stuff a couple times and she gets it. She'll like get the hint of what we're doing, especially out here. If we're hiking and I want her on trail, I'll be like, I'll say on trail, and what I'll do is I'll click my hiking poles together twice, just bang bang, and she comes right over. I used to do it with Sierra too. So I would say on trail, click click, and then they come right over and stand right behind me. And so Meadow's already got that down. She's got the sit commands down, all that stuff, and it's she's doing great. So and I can tell like once she gets comfortable with the person, she's a little bit standoffish initially, but she's getting better about that. And she is very very affectionate once she gets comfortable with people. So let's see. She likes Larry. Yeah, she does, and she likes Marty, and she loves Mason. Or well, she loves Marty, and she likes Mason. Mason's funny. He's like kind of a grumpy old man when she's around because Meadow will come around. He's just like, "Arr, arr." And yeah, and then Priya too. She does a great job with Priya, and she's done. Let's see. She was around my mom's dog. Did great around her. So whenever she sees another dog, she's like super happy to see another dog. It's just people that she's kind of a little bit standoffish with. But like I said, over the past month, it's gotten way better. So I'm excited for that. And like I said, just keep socializing her, keep working with her, and she'll be in good shape with that. So, but let's see. Just had the clouds roll in. We've got no more sun right now. Let's see what's going on outside. I think we've got. Oh yeah. Okay. So those clouds that are right there. There's a storm front coming in from the pass up there, and so. So that's what's coming in for this evening. And it was saying, like, we haven't had snow in the forecast, but we had snow this morning. So even though it's not forecast, so we're still getting hit with some stuff. And then tonight, I think that's, the storm's going to start coming this way. So I thought, heck, let's go to the hot springs. They got food down there. I could do dinner down there and just hang out. Excuse me. And then what I'll do is I'll get the stove loaded and ready to go. So that way when I come back, all I do is just light it and it's ready to start. So we've got a little bit of processing to do with our oh whoops, I'm sorry. We've got a little bit of processing to do with the wood, but then once I get that done, then we can go down to the hot spring. So sorry about that. I flipped it around and I realized when I did that it's really hard to hear me talk and things like that. So But anyway, but just wanted to get on for a second and finish the conversation that we were having. And you know, when it comes to leaving the corporate world, I can say it's the hardest thing I've ever done, and not because I wanted to stay, but just because that's the only way I knew how to make money. And I had to completely change my mindset and completely change the way I viewed not only work but just my life, and also check my ego a little bit, you know, because like there was a long time throughout there I didn't have a whole lot of money, and in the corporate world I always had money because I always did well with sales, because I was always so afraid of failing that I would just bust my ass constantly, and I was typically in the top one, two, or three of salespeople in every company I worked for. So you know, naturally with that you get a lot of commission. And so, but there were times where, like, you know, I had to ration food and all that stuff. And, but I'm really, really, really thankful I stuck it out, because now I just look at my life and I think like, I think I have a dream life, you know, and I owe a lot of that to you all for tuning in, because this wouldn't be possible without you guys checking out my videos. And so it's, you know, it's one of those things to where I encourage people, if you can, get out of the corporate world. You know, but I also realize too, some people need to stand there because, you know, you're taking care of your family, you got kids, things of that nature. So don't, you know, don't do anything that can jeopardize that. But for me, I figured, you know, it's just me. If I screw up, I can live with it. If I had a family, I probably would have taken a much more cautious approach, because I just threw myself into this life, and I'm really thankful that it worked out. Because I mean, I think now, like, gosh, could I live in a city? And it's like, I probably could if I didn't know about the life that I have out in the country. But now that I'm out in the country, I couldn't go back to the city, just because I love how quiet it is, and I love how peaceful that lifestyle is, and there's like no stress. I don't have to commute to work or nothing like that. And Mike, you're right. Stress kills. I mean, that's why I got addicted to the benzodiazepines. I had so much stress in my life. I couldn't sleep at all because I had so much work on my plate. I had 3 assistants that I hired out of my own pocket just to keep up with all the business I had and all that stuff. I mean, it was crazy. So I just looked at that and I thought, you know, if that environment makes me sick, then I need to change my environment. And that's where I came out here. And I've always loved being outdoors. Like, even as a kid, I go out all the time and just, you know, just have just days and days and days ride my bike around, you know, on the dirt roads in Kansas and all that stuff, and checking out the creeks and streams. And I just love that. And so now that I get to do that in my older age, you know, in my middle age years, it's just awesome. So that's what I did too. But right on, hounds for outside. Well, cool, man. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and log off. I need to process up all this wood, and then we're gonna go hit the hot springs for the rest of the day. So I've got the video almost done for tomorrow. It's 11 minutes long so far, but I want to add some evening footage. So once we get back from the hot spring, we'll film a bit more here, and then also in the morning, then we'll have another video for you tomorrow at 1. And then we'll probably do either a video on Saturday or a live stream on Saturday, and then Sunday I'm hanging out with some friends. So yeah, I'll film at the hot spring, but I probably won't film in the hot spring because people don't want to, you know, they don't want some weird guy filming them when they're in when they're in their swimsuits. But we'll film stuff in there, and if I'm solo, then yeah, I'll film 100%. So all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thank you very much for the support over the years. I really appreciate it. You guys have made my dreams come true with me being able to live this life. And so that's why I feel it's important for me to put out as much content as possible. So we'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. with that video. You all have a great night. And like I said, thank you so much for supporting us all this time. I really appreciate it. All right, enjoy the rest of your afternoon.